Hey guys, how are you all? So let's start the voiceover once again. 57 minutes. Okay, YoOngI, mom, Mrs. Min. Why you are YoOngI? What happened, YoOngI mom? Who write this? Mrs. Min, what? YoOngI this. He show his mom. Mrs. Min, how I know YoOngI? And what is this, huh? You are like this. YoOngI, you don't know. Who write this? Mrs. Min, how I know? How I know? He signed YoOngI go. Mrs. Min, seriously? You call me just for the single letters? She said, and go YoOngI. This is not a simple words, mom. This is not. He sits on the stairs and he closes his eyes. He knows the Chiang is passing when he sees YoOngI. Chiang, Hyung, why you sit here? You go and get ready. YoOngI, you know well I am not in all this. Jay, you are not young, but you know mom, right? Please go and get ready. He signed and he nodded. YoOngI, I know about this. Mrs. Min Chiang, come. He go as his mom call him. YoOngI, you are making me Jimin. Why I am feeling like you are here, but I don't see you. He think and go upstairs in his room. He think he go out from the house and take some fresh and get hmm. She come in the house. She come in the kitchen. He see Jimin is making dinner. There is so many dishes he have to make. Taeyang, I help you, Jimin. Jimin, it's okay. I do. Taeyang, no. How you do that much work? I help you. I do this work in normal routine also, so it's okay, he said, and Jimin just nodded, and they start to make the dinner together. They see him. They Jimin, yes. Taeyang, can I ask you something? Jimin nodded. Taeyang, I'm sorry if you don't feel, then don't tell me. But who are you? From where you come? As I know Granny don't have. Jimin, I come from Seoul. I don't have. I stay with my father. But my father, he stopped for a while. Jiang, oh, Jimin, it's okay. Jiang, you are student, right? Jimin, I am not anymore. Jiang, he and he feel uh, he always like this, so soft. Both make the dinner. Jiang, dinner is ready. Now you go and take some rest. I handle everything here. Jimin, this is my work. I do. Jiang, no. You go and take rest. I do, he said with a smile. Hmm. They come, Mrs. Come, Mrs. Min is so happy to meet with her sister and with her. Mrs. Min, how much you become beautiful, my daughter, she said, and she smiled. Hey, thank you, auntie. Mrs. Min, call me mom. She nodded and Taeyang come. Taeyang, hello. Mrs. Min, sister, hello, Taeyang. How are you, son? Taeyang, fine, auntie. Hello, Nona. Here. Hello, Tae. She smiled and she smiled and Tae also. Mrs. Min, where is your young Taeyang? Go and call him. Taeyang, Hyung, he go outside for some work. Jimin sit on the Jimin sit on the stairs. He's seeing the weather. What he do expect this, huh? Jimin don't know. It's almost raining. He is in his thoughts and suddenly he heard the voice. He become and stand up. He about to hold but he with someone. He about to when the person him by his the rain start. Jimin see him. No, not again. He once again come in front of him. Why? Just why? He is thinking this and the person is fooling him. Jimin see him. He him hardly. Yoongi Jimin, Jimin, you are here. Jimin didn't look at him. He turned and about to go when Yoongi held his hand. Yoongi, Jimin, you are here. You don't know how much I am happy to see you here. How? How you come here? Jimin his hand. Jimin, who are you and why you are holding my hand? Yoongi, Jimin, I am Yoongi. Jimin, I don't know any Yoongi. He said and about to go, Yoongi turned him and she held him by his shoulder. Yoongi, how you don't know any Yoongi? How can you said this? He heard his voice and take his steps back. Yoongi eyes turn soften when he see Jimin is feeling from him. He run from there. Chiang come out with some juice and other things. Mrs. Min, go and see Chiang if dinner is ready. Chiang, dinner is ready, Mom. Mrs. Min, all right, then set the dining table. He nodded and go, Mrs. Min, sister. I want to do there as soon as possible. After that, I feel free. He signed to see her mom. Mrs. Min, me too. If you said I do tomorrow. Mr. Min, seeing you both sisters like this, why not we decide next week, huh? Mrs. Min, sister, perfect. I don't have any problem. Mrs. Min, okay, then next week is final. Finally, he come in my house. She said, and she chuckled and feeling, young mom, you all can go. She nodded, and they all go. Yoongi come downstairs. He see Taeyang. Yoongi Taeyang. Taeyang, yes, Hyung. Yoongi, where is Jimin? Taeyang, that boy. Yoongi, yeah, Taeyang, I said Jim he go and take. They all sit on the dining table. They are serving the dinner to each other. Mrs. Min's sister, the food is so good. Who make the dinner? Mrs. Min, I knew he make the dinner. She said, Yoongi come and he sit on the chair. Mrs. Min's sister, how are you, Yoongi son? Yoongi fine. He said and take the spoon. He about to eat but he stopped when he remembered Jimin make the dinner, who don't even know how to hold the spoon. He stopped. Mrs. Min, what happened, son? Why you are not eating, Yoongi? I don't want, mom. Mrs. Min, but why, Yoongi? Casually, mom. Mrs. Min's sister. Where is water, Chiang? Oh, I think I forget. Said anything. So Mrs. Min's sister have a son. Also, he is looking at Jimin. Jimin go from there. Yoongi look into and other side he don't see him. Mrs. Min's sister. He is so beautiful, Mrs. Min. Yeah, right. She smiled and they start to talk. They do the dinner, finalize the and go. Everyone is almost asleep. And Yoongi Sit on. Jimin sit on. Jimin sit on the side of the and stirring the water. Yoongi come out from the room. He see Jimin sit there at this hour. How can he do this? He went to him and Jimin looked at him, then looked into another side. Yoongi, look at me, Jimin. Talk with me. Jimin didn't say anything, nor he moved from his place. Yoongi, talk with me. He sit in front of him. Jimin, what I talk with you, huh? What you want to hear from me? His voice is so Yoongi can never think Jimin speak like this. Yoongi, how you are talking, Jimin? Jimin, I am talking like this. I talk with this. I talk like this. If you have any problem from here, he said and looked into another side. He don't want Yoongi see. Yoongi, how much that much at me? His voice turned into softened one. Jimin closed his eyes. Yoongi, tell me, Jimin. Jimin, who you are, huh? Or who I am. I will be at you. You are to me, I am to you. He said and Yoongi remember what he said him on that day. You are to me, I am to you. Yoongi, no Jimin, please don't say anything. You are here, Jimin. Now you have this job, huh? Also, huh? What I am doing here? I go from here. Yoongi, no, Jimin. I don't mean to say this. I am asking you are Jimin. I am with the Yoongi. I Jimin. You know very well what he is, what my father is doing. But no, you come here. You know, but no, you don't think about me. You know in my life. You don't do anything. You know my father, my mom. Still, you are there for my hmm. You are there for my but what you do? You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Jimin, you Yoongi, you so much myself a person like you. You know what they do with me, but you don't take me with you. You leave me you on that. Yoongi, listen me, Jimin. I know you don't me. Jimin, really? You know. I'm more than anything. Trust you more even so now don't for all these Yoongi. If I am saying this day, then it's just because of you. If I the in past, it's just because of you. If I am now, it's just because of you. You never, Yoongi Jimin, your father, you, if I take you with me. Jimin, so what, huh? You said, if I take him in my family. You know what, Yoongi, accept this. So I've left so many words, that's why my text is short, otherwise I write too much. Well, the next trick is accept this. Yoongi, accept this. You think about yourself. You think about yourself. You don't think about me. Keep this in your Min Yoongi, you leave me to on that. He said, wipe his Jimin, I am myself, a person like you. What change, huh? Tell me, what change? only here my life is changed. What about you? You are going to you stay happy in your life and me? What about me? Yoongi sign as no, Yoongi no. I don't, Jimin. I never heard. Jimin, oh, what you do, huh? You sit in front of everyone. You me so that here the people also start to me, right? You know what? You just want this. I get Yoongi's sign as no, Jimin. I am now happy in my life. This is my life, Yoongi. You can go. I don't have any with you here. See, I have my hands in front of you. Don't tell anyone. You know me. We don't have any. We don't know each other. We don't know each other. Hmm. No, don't even. We don't even meet. Yoongi, how can we don't meet her, Jimin? Jimin, wow, now you start to me and you want me. I accept you. What about my happiness? You give me, tell me, you give me back, huh? The if I feel you change the time. You the no, you don't. You don't even know how many times I myself to be. Now I learn. I don't want anyone, not even Min Yoongi. He said with the voice, and you see him with his Yoongi. Jimin, people like don't understand the meaning of this. How you know when you the person to all this? He is not showing any. Jimin, I am still glad. Thank you so much, Min Yoongi. You me here. You don't me on. Actually, you do. As if my father me there. What? What you? What you do, huh? You don't do anything in past and now also you don't do. He said and chuckled. Yoongi is watching him. The soft Jimin just go somewhere. He is someone who don't care what he is saying even about himself. Jimin, now I tell you the what happened. You must be become if my father come he yourself your family so you sent me from here also right Yoongi I make you the son of this house Jimin I would too Yoongi okay then let's together see we have what option Jimin, I don't even to with you. Yoongi and to stay with you. And if you said then also Jimin chuckled Jimin now why you are doing this huh? Again try to me once again mean Yoongi I have nothing now. You can see by yourself. Yoongi you have my Jimin okay then take I am here take in front of you. After that, our ways is Yoongi Jimin, I Jimin. There is no need to explain now, Min Yoongi. You said right, I from you. Otherwise, I will see now I am. Yoongi, I am Jimin. Why I do this, huh? How can I leave you there on that Jimin exactly and don't even come back to see me? Yoongi, what I do, you me, Jimin, the all give me happiness back or sent me to my mother. He said, and his voice started, Jimin, the ideally give me my back. Change the time. The time. Tell me you do this. Yoongi, I just can't the time, but I promise I give you your happiness back. I give you the bestest life. I always make you happy. I finish your, but I don't got your, but I don't got your, hmm, hmm, ever. I promise you, and the I promise the life you in 1 year, you in 1 year, but I do for my whole life. I promise I stay for you, I for you. He is saying, and Jimin just listening. He signed as no. Jimin, no, no, I don't listen you again. I don't you again. I don't. He said and he stand up. Yoongi sit on his place. Jimin take his steps back. Yoongi, I promise Jimin, I give you everything back. I don't care if it's led me to the I take your every, but I never ask you for. He said, but Jimin didn't listen anything and he run from there. Yoongi sit on there where Jimin sit some times ago, and he closed his eyes, which is spread in the air. He closed his eyes. He closed his eyes, and then open to see his due to the in his eyes. Yoongi, you won his life, Yoongi. Now you give him the happiness. He only the happiness, and you have to give him. And you have to give him. Hmm. And you have to give him. Okay, so the next start. Jimin is talking with Jaeyoung. He don't talk much, just talk about the work, nothing else. Now also, Jaeyoung is telling him about Yoongi and him, and Jimin is silent. Jaeyoung don't know why he think Jimin is not what he is like from a good family. Jaeyoung, you understand? Jimin nodded. Jaeyoung, okay. Then me and mom is going. You take care. Mom always said Granny, but she said you do, Jimin. I do. You can go. He said, and Taeyang go. Jimin in mind. They go. Of course, Yoongi also go for his whatever. If he don't go, I don't care at all. He think and sit on the chair. He don't have any special work. Today he is not even feeling bored. He is not same Jimin. Yoongi come, he is finding someone. Of course he is finding Jimin. He went to him. Yoongi, Jimin. Jimin, yes, his voice is so Yoongi. I am now I am realizing how you feel whenever I talk with you. Jimin, you want something? Yoongi, coffee, he said, and Jimin stand up. He started to make the coffee for him. Yoongi is seeing him. He don't even have to ask him who teach him all this. How he managed to learn all this. Jimin and cooking is so far. Jimin placed the cup of the coffee on the table and he sit on the chair. Yoongi, your is me, Jimin. Please don't do this, Jimin. If you have any work, tell me. Otherwise, go. Yoongi stays silent. He sits on the chair in front of him and he hold his hand. Jimin his hand. Yoongi, you can me, but please. Jimin hope so. I can do this. Yoongi, you have all Jimin. Jimin, when the time go, you are giving you are giving me rights. Wow, Yoongi. Yoongi, please give me one chance. Jimin, I said you. Do you change everything? He said and about to go. But Yoongi hold his hand stand up. Yoongi, I may don't change anything. What happened in past, but I make sure to make you happy now. He said and go from there. Jimin Sim, Jimin, you are again me on the way. Hmm. Jimin come in. Jimin come in the living room and then Mrs. Min's sister's son come. Jimin is passing. Jimin is passing from the living room. Hey, Jimin turn. He see him. Jimin, yes, he said while stand on his place. He sit on the couch. Max, come here, he said, and Jimin don't know why he's from him. He go and stand there. What he do? Max, don't you know? You have to ask from me what I want. Jimin could speak, but he heard a voice. I am here to ask you. The voices, and it's showing him how much is Jimin's son in real life. You don't know why. Yoongi, go, Jimin, in your room. Mom is not at home. If I want something, I call you. Jimin nodded and she go. Max stands up, pays himself. Max, hey Yoongi, what's up? Yoongi, you are here. Max, yeah, I am here. Actually, I am here to meet Auntie. But I think she is not at home. Yoongi, she go on shopping with your mom. Max, oh, I don't know, Yoongi. How it's possible? She said you were the one who dropped them all. He said, and he become now what he said, Max. Oh, huh? No, I don't. You may have any Yoongi, maybe. Hmm. Jimin sit on. Jimin sit on the bed. He is feeling so. Jimin, no, no, I don't. I don't let something to me. I go from here. He is feeling so just by his gaze. The door knock make Jimin more. Jimin, I don't open the door. You go. Yoongi, Jimin, it's me. Open the door. He said, and Jimin sighed in real life. After happening all this, he still don't from Yoongi. He opened the door slowly and see Yoongi stand in front of him. He sighed in real life. Yoongi, you okay? Jimin nodded and he sit on the bed. Yoongi see Jimin is literally Yoongi. Jimin, listen me, drink some water. He gave him a glass of water. He, he gave him a glass of water. Jimin hands his Yoongi see. Jimin drink the water a little bit. Yoongi, I am here. You no need to. Okay. Do this with me. I know. He also do. Yoongi, no one do anything. I am here. Shh, calm down. He said, and him. Jimin is continuously saying the same thing, and he closed his eyes. He don't know when he fell in sleep. YoOngI seeing you like this, Jimin. I don't know what I do. I did a big. I don't even know how to make everything alright, but now it's enough. I don't know about other things, but I don't see you like this. I don't see you like this. I don't see you like this. Uh, huh. He sat Jim on the and himself sit on the chair. They don't know when the time passed. YoOngI is thinking what to do, and last option after thinking a lot, he don't have any option. Expect this. Jimin opened his eyes slowly. He looked at the ceiling, and then see YoOngI sit on the chair. He hurriedly sit on the bed. YoOngI see him. YoOngI, you wake up. Jimin see him. Jimin see him. He didn't say anything. YoOngI, go and fresh up. I have to talk with you. It's important, Jimin. But I don't talk with you. But I don't talk with you. YoOngI, please. He said, and Jimin see him. He said, बंद कर दी मैंने टीवी. He said, and Jimin see him. Jimin, huh? Without saying anything, he go for fresh up. Sometime, time skip. He come back and sit on the bed. YoOngI, I know, Jimin, you don't want to listen anything, and you have to. This is your to do all this. I don't I don't set anything. If you me also, I don't set you anything. But here you have to listen me just for once. Jimin looked at him. YoOngI, will you meet Jimin? He asked, and hmm, said and look into another side. YoOngI, okay then don't. But for your mother, please. Jimin, don't my mother in all this, YoOngI. YoOngI, I will not, but it's her wish. You know this, right? Even you know why I was there. Jimin, you come to me, but what you do? He said, and looking down, YoOngI. I know, I don't do anything, but still, please. He said, and Jimin looked at him. He remembered all the past scenes and the other things. Jimin nodded. YoOngI, really? You are ready? Jimin, YoOngI, if you set me to something, I will. YoOngI, I promise to give you happiness. Jimin, not. He said, and Jimin sighed. He don't know what he did is right or not. Hmm. YoOngI and Jimin. YoOngI and Jimin stand in front of each other. Jimin don't know what he is doing is right or not. He is just doing. Father, you both. No one come with you. YoOngI, no, father. Father, it's okay, son. You stay. You always stay together. You both are for each other. Huh? 10-15 minutes for each other. YoOngI, but sometimes someone you only the father, the most father like I do. Father, I don't know what happened, but everything become alright. And you are such a son. He do something, and you are still stand in front of him. He said to Jimin. Jimin looked at YoOngI. YoOngI, no doubt. Father, okay, so let's start. He said and started reading some lines, and then Min YoOngI, did you accept Park Jimin? YoOngI, I do. Park Jimin, did you accept Min YoOngI? He said, and Jimin see him. He then looked into another side while Jimin seeing him. Okay, while Jimin seeing him, the third last text is about to come. And he held his hand on and look at Jimin. He said, and go from there. Jimin sighed, YoOngI, let's go to your house. He said, and without saying anything, he go. If someone said him something, he will surely YoOngI and then me. Okay, so I started do with YoOngI and it's the first access finish on 37. Okay. YoOngI, come home. Come on, Jimin stand behind him. He is feeling how much but still he is a soft mochi. Mrs. Min, where you go, YoOngI? We are waiting for you from a long time. Chaeyoung, come, let him sit. Mr. Min, your mother started to ask him so many questions. Mrs. Min, leave this. You tell me. YoOngI, Mom, Dad, I want to tell you something. First, you listen me and then react. Mrs. Min, I try, she said, and YoOngI signed to see his mom. YoOngI, Mom, I do with Jimin, he said, and for some seconds everyone is silent and shocked. Mrs. Min, really? She said, make everyone shocked. Mrs. Min, I finalized your with her, but Jimin is so beautiful. If you are happy, then I am also happy, she said, and Mr. Min sighed. Mr. Min, can you explain us whole thing, YoOngI? YoOngI nodded. YoOngI nodded and he explained. He go there to Jimin. He is the son of Mrs. Park and all the things. How he gets and how he come here. Each and everything. Mrs. Min heard. Her eyes turned. She went to Jimin. Mrs. Min, you are my Minnie. Mrs. Min, I thought I never meet you, but see, I meet my son. I'm the son. I try my best, but I am not able to. Her mom, Jimin sign as no and he back. Jimin, it's okay, auntie. That's not your. It's my dad. Mrs. Min, son, you are here and you don't tell me. You don't even tell me you are here. You are my Min's son. Jimin, how can I tell you, auntie? I thought you believe me or not. Mrs. Min, why I don't, huh? Your eyes is just like her. She said then once again him. Mrs. Min is a chill woman. Well, hmm, hmm. Mrs. Min, I am so happy. Finally, my and Mino dream come true. You both get. I am so happy. But she begged Mrs. Min, tell me. He don't tell me, and whether you him and come back. If I know this, I don't let you come inside the house. YoOngI, Mom, what mom? I am not your mom. I am my son, Mom. Mr. Min, if your drama is stopped, then can I meet my son? Mrs. Min nodded and she back. Mrs. Min went to Jimin. Mr. Min. Mr. Min went to Jimin. Mr. Min, welcome my son, but I don't give you to stay with. Everyone look at him. Mrs. Min, but Mr. Min, he may do, but we again do there with a lot of arrangements till that they stay from each other. he said, and everyone became excited. Jimin smiled to see him. Mrs. Min Taeyang, you take care of him, okay? Tae smiled. Tae smiled and nodded. Taeyang, but what you said to Auntie Mrs. Min? Of course, I said truth. I have a beautiful son now. Mrs. Min, we go on shopping, Jimin's son, and also Mr. Min, you stay silent. Ask him for sit also, she said, and Mrs. Min held his hand. She sit beside him and start to talk with him, telling him what he do. YoOngI is seeing him. Jimin is smiling with his mom and Taeyang. Maybe he becomes successful to give him happiness. Jimin looking down, his eyes turned. YoOngI know why he's. Mrs. Min, what happened, son? I said something. Jimin sighed as no. Jimin, no, auntie. I just remember mom. Mrs. Min, I can't do anything about this, son, but I make sure you don't your mom and call me mom, okay? I am your mom, she said, and on his eye, trust me, Jimin. Hmm. Me, Jimin. Mom never asked that much, Jimin chuckled. Mr. Min, you all forget, you all shortly forget my son. Mrs. Min, leave him. He is here from a long time. So, Jimin, let's go in the room. I show, I show you, I show you some designs. You finalize your dresses. Jimin, there is no need for this, auntie. I mean, mom. Mrs. Min, why, huh? We do so much fun. Come, she Jimin. Mr. Min, Taeyang, son, give him later. Taeyang nodded and he go. Mr. Min, you did right, son. YoOngI dad, I promise him. I give him happiness, and I think I complete my promise now. I take his Mr. Min and YoOngI. If we do, it's not mean we start to on the correct your son. YoOngI nodded. YoOngI, for now, I have to do something important, Dad. Mr. Min, I trust you, son. Son, I am with you. He said. He smiled and his dad. He don't saw him now. His phone start ringing. He attend the call. Man, sir. YoOngI, where is he, man? He is on the. Tell us. Tell us what we have to do. YoOngI, make sure he don't. I will come here in 2 to 3 days. Okay, so third last scene. Jimin sit in. Jimin sit in the room. Mrs. Min, just go. Taeyang, Jimin, I give you. Jimin, why? Taeyang, mom speak too much. You may feel we all are used to. Jimin, no, it's alright. He smiled. Taeyang, you sit here. You sit here. I bring something for each. He sat and he go. Jimin is smiling. Mrs. Min is really something. After meeting her, he is feeling like this. His mom is here with him. YoOngI, Taeyang, he come in his room and he see Jimin sit on the bed. After a long time, he see his smile. Jimin see him. YoOngI, I am here to see Taeyang, but I think he is not here. Jimin, he go downstairs. YoOngI, Okay, Jimin. Jimin looked at him. Yoongi, are you happy? Jimin just nodded. Yoongi, that's good. He don't know what he said here. Taeyang, come to him. Are going. Me, I am going downstairs. Still, Yoongi, oh, I forget. He about to go. Taeyang, Yoongi, yeah. Taeyang, take your coffee. You said me coffee. You said me make coffee in kitchen. Make me coffee in kitchen. I think you forget this also. Yoongi, uh, yeah. He said Jan didn't look at him. Take the cup and go. Jimin looked at Taeyang and both start laughing. Taeyang, he know I am in kitchen. He come here to see you. He said, and Jimin just find Yoongi again. Come, Yoongi up, Taeyang, Yoongi said, Mom, I am going Seoul for some work. I come in 2 to 3 days. Taeyang, Mom is downstairs. You go first downstairs, then go right. Actually, you know what? Come here, talk with Jimin. I go out and don't tell anyone. He said, then go. He closed the door. Taking your Yoongi for taking your Jimin. Now why you are going back, Seoul? Yoongi for taking your from. Then I will. I try to your every and about your father. He got what he did. He looked at him. Yoongi, you decide by yourself, he said, and Jimin seeing him. Yoongi, I am going. Tell me my. Jimin didn't say anything. Yoongi, tell me. If you want, I don't. Jimin seeing him. Yoongi, Jimin, I know I do in past and that was no easy to he still but still you give me at least I don't have any tell me what you want, huh? Jimin, what he think about go from here, huh? No. Jimin, go from here, Yoongi. Yoongi, okay, take care, he said, and go from there. Jimin, seeing him. He take his as what I do. He start to think he is walking in the room when Taeyang come. Taeyang, Jimin, Taeyang, where is Yoongi? He didn't say. Okay, so this is the second last scene. Happens. Jimin sign as no, and he sit. Time skip. Almost 5 days pass. Yoongi don't come back and he is not in contact with anyone also in start. Jimin don't take this serious but now he is walking on the stairs. It's almost night today also. If he don't come everyone is in the house but not as Jimin is. He is on the edge of Jimin. Oh, I already, I already don't have anyone. I already don't have anyone. Please, not him. He don't take the meaning. Hope so. What I do? What I do if something happens? He is thinking, and then the hear the footstep voice finally after 5 days he see him. Okay, sometimes then back he start to him with his tiny hands. Yoongi, hey, tell me what happens, huh? Jimin, what? You think about yourself, YoOngI. What you are, huh? In start, you don't listen me. And now you start to do this. YoOngI, what I do, Jimin. Oh, wherever, uh-huh. Where were you from last 5 days? Don't you know you have to come? Don't you know you have to come back home? And what the you were doing, Min YoOngI? YoOngI, what Jimin? Jimin, now you want to yourself from me also. Try to understand, YoOngI. I already don't have. I don't want you now, he said to YoOngI. Jimin is still, he's still same. He's still Jimin, the kid he go and Jim. YoOngI, calm down, Jimin. Calm down, Jimin. I don't go anywhere and I never go even if you such also. Okay, 51 हो गया. By someone. And pouch on. YoOngI, I don't let a single come in your eyes. This is my promise now. This is my promise now, Jimin. I am so YoOngI. I don't want you now, YoOngI, and I don't go anywhere, he said, and on his forehead. So what Jimin do, huh? His dad just do so many things, and now YoOngI gave him whole family, mom, dad. YoOngI complete his promise. He gave him his happiness back. Even he is more happy. Now he gets a brother, a mother, and also he take his is he finally saw Hyun and also the way Mrs. Min him, how he almost the whenever he sit with them, and just one thing left. He don't ask him for the. He really don't do. So if Jimin him here, it's not YoOngI did, but he change everything now. So in future, it's possibility him and they start a new life together. Jimin is not in the situation and leave someone. Okay, so it's finished on 54 and then 50. Okay, last scene and the third last text. Time pass so time pass so many things change with the passage of time. YoOngI also in there. Only YoOngI is the one who always do and listen. Jimin is still same childish. It's not to say he is now Jimin, but the difference is this now a little Jimin also. So this is not happens as YoOngI him or ask him our mini do so much on their day. It's let them here, but Jimin is happy. If he is happy, YoOngI is super happy. Everyone is so happy, even that Jimin also. He giggle with them, forget his all and many more. YoOngI take care of him like he don't want to him and he never do. He always listen him. Jimin know also Jimin is on another level, and YoOngI even he ask him he wants something or not. He is English subtitles now. He is okay and something a second last text. Okay, and something like this. Now also Jimin stand beside the window when YoOngI enter in the room with the chocolates, ice cream, snacks and many more. YoOngI, Jimin, here is your things. Why you stand there? Sit here. Jimin sit on the bed. He say the things. Jimin, this is what you take me, huh? This is what you take for me. Huh? I eat all this now. What I do in night, tell me. Yoongi, I don't know. I go now. Jimin, wait here, he said, and gave him a list. Jimin, here go and check all these things, and I want you here within 10 minutes. Yoongi, alright, I come in 10 minutes. He stand up and about to go. Jimin, Yoongi, yes. Jimin, can I come with you? Yoongi, yeah, sure, why not? Jimin, but you have to carry a bag in which I put my chocolates, juice, and snacks. If I feel hungry, Yoongi, I do. Last scene in the last text. He said and started to pack his things. Jimin, can we go out for dinner? Yoongi, no, this is 12 a.m. Jimin. Jimin, so what? I want to go on dinner. Yoongi, alright, we go. Come. Jimin said, Jimin, but I am looking. He said and started Yoongi, hey, who said, you are looking so beautiful. No one himself with you, as no one is like you. You no need to put makeup, you are the way you are. He said, and looking down, Jimin, I am feeling. You go and bring my snacks. I stay at home now. Yoongi, you sure? Jimin nodded. Yoongi, okay, I come in 10 minutes. He got Jimin in mind. This would be my best decision, Yoongi. What you did. If you give me here, you give me so much care and just small gift also. I am so happy with you. So happy. All I want is just a life like this, he said while seeing his photo with YoOngI. Hope so you all like. If you like, then subscribe and tell me in comments. Bye. Take care of yourself. Sange. Bye.